Sunshine, yeah. 'Cause mama, I'm coming home. Hey guys, Ozzy, y'all. Ozzy. Mm. That one hit hard, huh? That was a tough one. That was a tough one. Finding out that Ozzy's moving along. It's kind of a bummer. A lot of people were upset about that one. I was right with you guys. Ozzy's a big part of my life. Only musician that scared the shit out of me when I was a kid. I remember I first seen that. I went to like an all like urban. I'll say urban instead of black because there was all kinds of people there. Went to an urban school in Tacoma City, East Side, when I was a kid till about third grade, right? And then I got transferred. The borders, the school border lines got changed up, and I was no longer in the Tacoma school district. So then I was in a district called Franklin Pierce, and it was Midland. So, and that was kind of like the borderline where, you had the city and then you had kind of the country, right? Well, I kind of lived in the middle, but then I had to go to this countryer setting, a more rural setting, I should say. So I had to go to school there in fourth grade. Got there, and I was like one of two black kids that were at that school. So I was really intimidated. I was really scared, really nervous. They played like volleyball and tetherball and foursquare and shit. And I was used to like playing war and tag. And I didn't get it. They were actually on the swings. I'm like, what the fuck? Here's the thing, but they listened to all this hard rock stuff. MTV just came out, and I was like, no clue what any of that stuff was. So I got really intimidated. And then I remember hearing some kids talking about Ozzy Osbourne and Black Sabbath and Van Halen and all these bands. So, I went home and started watching MTV and saw Ozzy, like Bark at the Moon was the first thing I saw of his. And I was so scared. Terrified me. I had no idea what was going on. In fact, it made me scared of all the kids at the school. Like, what the fuck are these white people into? I was so petrified. But as years went on, I grew to love that stuff. And Ozzy just, yeah. Anyway, guys, welcome to our live stream here for Jason Voorhees Nightmares updates. I think this is week 4, I believe, of our filming, and it's going great, you guys. Today's July 23rd. It's 2:21 p.m. This last weekend, we just went out and filmed one of the biggest sequences we've ever attempted before. And I wanted to talk a little bit about it because it was kind of intimidating to me before we started, kind of like Ozzy. It was a little scary getting to Saturday. I was nervous because I didn't know if I was prepared. But first thing I want to say is, always trust the process. Number 2, believe in yourself and your abilities. Number 3, and believe in those around you. You handpick them for a reason. Okay, so I was lucky enough to have other filmmakers with me, not just creatives, other film fucking makers, guys that know how to make movies. So we get to set, and people start showing up, and it's great. We had Real Fiction Studios there. We had G Street Films there, Aaron Switzer. Real Fiction is Jason Brooks, Naomi Miller, and Michelle Munoz, Michelle the Dead. She was there. We also had Creepy TV show up. Ryan Smith was there with his camera. Matt McKinney from Laugh Cry Productions, I believe is what they're called. All these guys make movies, right? So I have all these great, talented people. Plus, I'm there. Samantha's there. Steve is there. So we got this, right? And sure shit, we did. We broke off into units. That's the first thing I want to talk about. I don't know if you guys have ever tried this when you're making a film, but having Steve and I, who wrote the screenplay, we kind of know this story back and front, right? And we both trust each other very much, and I trust Ryan Smith with a camera in a heartbeat. I trust Matt McKinney with his shooting in a heartbeat, and Real Fiction doing their stuff. Obviously, Brooks is playing Jason Voorhees. No problem. Matthew, my son-in-law, he's got Michael Myers. No problem. So we've got everybody who knows what the fuck they're doing. So we broke off into teams, 2 different units. I'm going to go film with the hot tub sequence over here with Samantha and Michael Myers, and I'll take, focus with me. And then you guys go ahead and start on this stuff out here with Real Fiction and start shooting this. And boom, we just broke up and started working. And guys, I swear, with the amount of stuff that we shot, that would have been like at least 2 days. We did that in 8 hours, if that. Like, took a great catered lunch that Focus had set up with some of his buddies, made some great food. Everybody was having a great time. We had so much fun. And it just worked. All of it just worked so simply, so easy, just so smoothly. We got creative. We got time to play around with stuff and just try this effect, try that, try this kill, try that. Staging everybody, the actors that were there that had the main narrative in the scene, Jason Whited and Eric Franklin, brilliant. They did a great job. All the extras that showed up, you guys will see them when you see the movie. Everybody had a blast, and we had so much fun just coming up with shit, and it was so cool. Like, if you read the script, you'd see that all this chaos is happening. But did we have all that chaos planned? We had a few kills we planned that we knew we had to do. But there were some where we're just like, okay, how can we make this a symphony of destruction? Dun 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 dun. I wanted it to be like this great musical montage of horror. And I think with what we shot, we pulled it off. I haven't been able to really start cutting that sequence yet. I'm still waiting for some footage from Matt McKinney. Once I get that, though, this week, guys, I'm going to start cutting this thing. And I have a fucking feeling we nailed it. We nailed it. I looked at the footage that I shot, that Ryan Smith shot, that Focus shot, and I'm like, oh yeah, if Matt, as long as Matt turned the camera on, we're good. It was great. It was so great. But I've never worked with multiple cameras before. And when you do that as a filmmaker and you're the director, you really have to give a lot of trust to, like a second unit director or a third unit director. You got to let them do their thing. So I let them do their thing. I trust Steve. I trust, Ryan. I trust Matt. I trust fucking Jason Brooks. I know these guys know how to make movies, and I just let them do their thing. I had 3 requirements, basically, collaborate, be creative, have fun. That was it. That was it. That's all I directed them to do. And they fucking nailed it. So that was great, guys. I guess my point in, that I want to get by to everybody, especially filmmakers out there. If you're just starting, you've been doing it a while and you've never tried anything, a big sequence like that, that's really intimidating for you. I highly recommend, finding other filmmakers that you truly trust and try the unit thing. It really is a fun experience. It really breaks up your day, and you're getting twice as much done at the same time. And if you just trust the process, you're going to get some great stuff. You're going to get some great stuff, especially when you have a team and talent around you that, I had. I'm just lucky to have that kind of support. But yeah, guys, it was great. We have such a spectacle available for you guys to see in this film. I don't think we've done so many kills in one sequence before. It's first time. We've got a ton of stuff. As you see on the screen there, our Voorhees is ready to go. Jason Brooks is bringing it. He's bringing it. The fire is there. His mannerisms, his tone, his spirit. You can feel it. As soon as he put that shit on Saturday, I was like, Jesus Christ. By the way, Brooks is a big motherfucker. That's a big boy, dude. Man alive. God, it was fun. So fun. So intimidatingly great. And just awesome to work with. Those guys over at Real Fiction did some great practicals. And that was another thing, you have to set up for like practical effects, And usually when we do anything like that, it might be some blood squirting or something. But, these guys had actual practicals, like body parts and half of people and heads and hands and, things that were setting up on people to make it look a little more fun and, detailed. A lot of makeup stuff. It was crazy cool, but you got to stage that stuff. You got to plan that stuff, and it takes a little time. But because we were doing so much, because we had 2 units, we knocked that stuff out so easily, and it was so much fun. So much fun. I honestly can't tell you guys how excited I was at the end of the day to go, holy shit, we got it all. We got it. I know we got it. It's a great feeling. It's a great feeling of accomplishment. And I think that's what you search for as a filmmaker. I think it's very important to push yourself outside of your comfort zone. I've been in my comfort zone for a while with some films, excuse me, from, our documentary filmmaking, I get that. I know exactly how we got to cut a doc, But and then some of the action movies that we've done before, we had some sequences, but they weren't major. I always kind of held back because I didn't want to try to push the envelope too much or do something that looks too cheesy or fake because I can't pull it off. When you get a team of creatives are with you, you can actually start taking some chances and taking and pushing that envelope a little bit on your creativity. And I think that's what made me nervous because I've never done that before. But I'm going to tell you, because of the help I had, it was easy. It was really easy, and it's super cool. It's going to be one of those moments in a film that I don't think you guys will forget, especially on this level. On an indie level, I don't think you've seen anything like this before. And it'll be really fucking cool when you guys see it. You're going to love it. You're going to love every second of it. But yeah, we really took care of everybody on that day. Since there was so much going on, we all ate well. We got to communicate and chat with everybody. Everybody got to hang out and just kind of get to know one another. Down to my grandson being there, running around with the fucking toy knife. I mean, it was just a great day. And then the coolest thing about the day, guys, was the neighborhood. The neighborhood actually got involved where we were filming. We had notified everybody, I think about a week or so prior to a shooting, putting the stuff on their doors, letting them know we're going to be out there. If they see anything crazy, like guts flying around, it's all fake. Don't worry about it. No one's really killing anybody. But no, neighbors were great. They're watching from their houses, from their yards, from their windows, waving, saying hi, wanting to just peek at what we were doing. Then another really cool situation happened where 3 kids came riding by on bikes. They were actually riding their fucking BMX bikes. I was like, holy shit, what is this, Stranger Things? They pull up like, scared. They're like, dude, can we be in the movie? I'm like, you got to go talk to your parents. You got to bring them down here. We got to get you to sign some stuff. But in my heart, I'm like, man, if I was their age back in the day and I was riding my bike and I saw somebody making a movie, I'd want to be in that movie so bad. So these kids ran home, brought their parents down. Samantha met them, chatted with them, got them to sign the waivers. They're all in the movie now. And it was really cool. And these kids they lit up. They were like, just put blood on me, bro. These young guys were awesome. They even got a sequence in the film that we kind of just pulled out of our ass to make. Ryan Smith grabbed them and went and did some fun stuff. And it's really cool. Just one of those moments, where you always hear the horror stories of making movies and being on set and stuff, but it's not always that way, guys. It's sometimes when you have the right vibe and the right mojo, it works. Shit works in all the right ways. And that's what happened with us this Saturday. It was very smooth. Sunday, we had another shoot. It was a smaller shoot. We had that planned. We got to finally see Coach Rick Arriara came over from Spokane for a quick shoot. We had John Magason back. We had Dave Schechter back. Filmed a little sequence with those guys on Sunday. Get their characters involved in the film. I mean, we're rolling. We're rolling it. And that was a great time hanging out with those guys. It was very relaxing compared to the day before, but it balances stuff out really well. And I got to say, it's probably because of my brilliant scheduling that all worked out the way it did. Anyway, guys, I wish I could tell you more. I can't spoil this shit. That's the problem. I can't spoil any of this, and it sucks. I want to so bad. But I'm giving you enough nuggets, I hope, to just keep you guys excited about what we're creating. This final fan film in the horrorverse, means a lot to all of us. And I know the fans are really looking forward to it too. And it's been a hell of a ride for this last, if I count the shape, last 3 years, about a little over 2 years for the Jason Voorhees stuff. And, it's going to be a memorable moment in my life making these films, even though, they're not money makers and they're not anything that we can monetize or do anything with. It's definitely teaching us a lot about the art, the craft, working on a higher level in this industry with other professionals and really kind of learning the process of, okay, it's just not us anymore doing this. It's all these teams, and that's something we're getting out of this. This is almost like the best university that I could be taking right now of schooling, making these films. It's preparing me for next year when we hit our bigger IPs that we will be releasing and monetizing and getting out in distribution. So that's fucking cool. So there's definitely value in these films, and you guys helping us on the crowdfunders and whatnot, giving us a little bit of money to be able to feed everybody. And, buy some of the things we needed to buy to pull off the effects, and just have the means to be able to do some things with the cameras we wanted to do, the extra equipment we needed, the lights we needed, the props we needed to buy. It's not perfect, but it did come together pretty well, enough for us to hopefully make the movie as close to possible as what we imagined. And that's all you can do. And you just keep pushing forward and keep making that stuff and keep having fun doing it. That's the key. Don't ever lose your love for filmmaking. Once that's gone, you're gonna make shit. If you don't feel it anymore, then I say move on. Don't do it anymore. If you're not feeling it, getting those goosebumps, man, and feeling it in your soul and the anticipation and the excitement and just the fun, if you're not feeling that, man, filmmaking ain't for you. It's really not. That's how I felt at a normal day job. Why the fuck would I want filmmaking to feel that way? So really pay attention to how you're feeling. And if you start to lose it, find it. Get it back. It's important. Fucking Ozzy, man. So badass. Anyway, so we actually got a weekend off this weekend. We're taking a weekend off. We rescheduled some of our shoots for some weekday stuff, so we got a break. I need a break. I pulled my hamstring, racing my fucking daughter about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. Fucked up both my Achilles heels. My tendons are sore as shit. I can barely walk. I need a break for a second and heal up. But we're going to take this weekend. I'm going to edit some stuff. I'm going to work on some other things for some filmmakers that are out there. Trying to make some money on my own, helping people out and pay my fucking bills, and keep trying to create, keep trying to do this crazy thing, and have fun doing it. Always have fun doing it. Jason Voorhees Nightmares, guys, on YouTube. And remember too, right now we have our ongoing GoFundMe is up there on GoFundMe itself. It's Jason Voorhees Nightmares. It's our summer fund, basically. If you have a few bucks and you want to pitch in and help us out over the summer, we can still use all the help we can get to help pay for certain things that come up for every week that we're out there shooting. This money doesn't last very long. In fact, it's almost all gone already. So, if you get a few $100 or you get a few dollars, it doesn't matter. If you want to help us out, we're still offering associate producer perks on the GoFundMe. So if you do contribute or donate $300 or more, you will become an associate producer with an IMDb credit. Your name will be in the film and highlighted. And anything else than that, if you've got a few bucks and you want to reach out to me and say, hey, if I donate such and such amount, can I get this? Can I get a DVD? Can I get a poster? Can I get something? If you reach out to me, yeah, I'll talk to you. We'll figure something out. Anything for the value. I can't put all that shit up on GoFundMe the same way you can on Indiegogo with the perks, but you can find me on Facebook. Just message me. If you want a DVD, you want to donate $50, hit me up. Let me know. I'll put you on a list. I got you. When the money comes in, you're on the DVD list. Once we get those DVDs cut, you'll get one in the mail. So just remember that, guys. And yeah, that's about it. Hope everybody's well. I know I am. Keep living. Keep punching. Don't stop.